Hello, this is Curse Cop, and this is the Season 3 guide for Sivir from LoL Pro.
Oh, snap! Oh, snap. No, you didn't.
The runes I take on Sivir are 1580 and Marks and Quints. That's flat AD for both. This is because Sivir's Q scales with 80, and you really want to use that to poke really hard in lane. And it just helps with last hitting. The seals, you take flat armor, just because in lane you're going to be exchanging with another AD carry, so you really want the armor. And the scaling MR glyphs, just because you need MR for mid and late game, just because AP champions will burst you down. The masteries I take on Sivir are 2109. You want the 21 in offensive just because you're an 80 carry, I guess. They're alternate things, but the 21 in offensive will usually give you a big boost in AD, and it'll help out a lot for AD carrying, like mid and late game. And early game, it'll help you exchange better. Just the extra boost in damage will help out a lot in general. I take the 9 in utility for mana regen. Your keys cost a lot of mana, your boomerang, so this will help you with your upkeep in mana, and I don't know, it'll just help you out with like harassing and stuff. And Sivir has her abilities cost a lot of mana, so this helps out a lot. The item build for Sivir, you take boots and 3 pots at level 1. And mid game, you want to build Berserker Greaves, Dorns, and a Vamp Scepter. This is for harassing and poking and exchanging in lane. And follow this up with either a BT or an Infinity Edge. Depends on like what you can afford. If you can go for the Infinity Edge, it can like it's a lot more damage mid and late game. But BT is a lot more useful early. Maybe it might. I would actually go for Bloodthirster just because it's cheaper and I don't know. It's not out of the way. And later on, you want to follow it up with a Phantom Dancer, just for, I guess, the attack speed, crit, everything like that. The QSS, because you're kind of squishy with no escape. All you have is one spell shield, so if you have a QSS, you're basically, like, untouchable. It says Last Whisper here, but I would follow this up with a Black Cleaver, just because I think it's a lot better now. And just follow this up with a BT. Or an IE if you started BT. This is basically the standard route for all AD carries. What did that motherfucker say? You bad AD carry, you need to get into them more and don't run away, lol. Motherfucker, I'm gonna ban you, son. Get the fuck out of here. I guess he put a happy face. I'm okay with it. But I'm redoing that. For Sivir, you want to start boots and 3 health pots. This is just for laning. You want the speed and the health regeneration, just for exchanging. You follow this up with Berserker Greaves and Dorns. Just for, I guess, extra damage, extra survivability. You need the extra movement speed and attack speed. And follow this up with a Vamp Scepter into BT or Infinity Edge, just for the extra damage. These are like, this is basically your core item, the Infinity Edge or BT, whichever you choose to go. I prefer the Bloodthirster build, but you can go IE if you can afford it. IE is a lot better mid and late game, so if you want more damage, go IE. If you're like basically just split pushing and stuff, go BT, just because you need the extra regen. If you start a BT, follow it up with a PD, just for the attack speed and crit and everything. Helps out a lot for exchanges. And this is like your 2 core items. And you can follow this up with like whatever you want. If they don't have any CC, you go like Black Cleaver next. And if they have a lot of CC, you go QSS. This is because, and it's relatively cheap. It's only 1660. It's basically a free better cleanse. If they have any suppression, you really want to go QSS. Follow this up with a Black Cleaver. Black Cleaver is a lot better this patch just because it does more like armor shred. It adds a lot of damage. It adds health. It's just a lot better right now. And next, you want to get a BT or an IE. Basically, whatever you started with, get the opposite. Like if you started IE, go BT. If you started BT, go IE. And after this, I guess you can just, morph your QSS into a Mercurial Scimitar, just as a 6th item. At this point, it won't matter though. But if you can afford it, buy it. how to play Sivir. Basically, depends on your lane partner. If you have like a Taric or a Leona, let them land a stun and then follow it up with your boomerang. Um, if you're against like Taric or Leona, you can use your spell shield like offensively. Um, this is what makes Sivir so strong. If you're against like Blitzcrank, you just block the hook. She really counters like the CC supports. Um, and the Q like your boomerang blade plus like Taric's combo it like one shots people. It's really strong if you can get both boomerangs like on hit and like when it comes back, just because it just does so much damage with like Taric's ultimate. And Shred, Armor Shred. She's mainly known for ultimate. It is like it's like a team fighting ultimate, just like Ashe. Gives you all like movement speed. Like let me see. So works for 10 seconds. Your movement speed, everyone's movement speed is increased by 10%, and yours is 20%, and attack speed by 30, 45, and 60%. So it's a really, really strong steroid for you and your team. Specifically you, making you a really strong AD carry, and the cooldown is just standard cooldown. So it's a really good for team fighting, just because she adds so much to your team. Early game, you want to basically just, it's like every other AD carry, you just farm. Poke with your boomerang, dodge abilities with your spell shield, and just try and farm up as much as you can, and up until you hit like level 6 where you can start like, well, like all early game, depending on your support, you can go for kills. If you have like Taric, Blitzcrank, Leona, any CC, you just match it up with your boomerang blade and just go all in. It's really easy to get kills in Sivir, depending on your support. If you have like Sona, it's basically like just double poke, throw your boomerangs while Sona hits. If you have Soraka, just have her mana regen you and throw boomerangs. Sivir's really easy for poke and really good. Mid game, just keep pushing. Sivir's really good for split pushing, just because her movement speed or spell shield, really good at 1v1ing. If you hit your boomerang, you'll usually win any exchange. And she clears a whole wave with one boomerang and one W, so really easy. Mid game, late game, team fights. Just initiate. If you notice a team fight about to happen, or you have an initiate on your team, just pop your ultimate and just go in. Make sure to save your spell shield for any like a Malphite ultimate or something. For anything that can save it for the huge damage abilities. And your QSS for like anything else. So you have like basically two QSSs, two cleanses, I guess. So it's just like untouchable. Plus like your Q AOE, you're like doing your W every time it's up, so it's AOEing more. You have like insane single target DPS just because your ultimate adds like 60% attack speed, so you have huge like attack speed steroid. And you're really mobile, so you can like usually kite really well. It's like a standard AD carry. You just want to do as much damage as possible without dying. And on Sivir, this is really easy just because you have so many escapes. Well, not escapes, spell shields.